Hi, I'm Wendy Strgar, and I'm really happy to have you here in my little home yoga studio with my very favorite yoga teacher, Caitlin Young. And we are here because we want to share with you some magic breathing techniques that Caitlin's been teaching me, and that has been really like not only helping me figure out how to really live in my body, which is this part of my body, not my extensions, my extremities, but really like feel what's happening with my breath and my pelvic floor, and how disconnected that's been for me for a long time. So anyway, one of the very first lessons we had, she said, okay, breath is the beginning of everything, and this is the one she taught me. So now I'm going to have her teach it to you.
Great. Yeah, so I call this water pitcher breathing. And it is just that. If you could imagine having a pitcher that you place under a faucet.
And that's like here in my body.
So here's the pitcher, right? Yeah. And we're going to fill the pitcher from the bottom up to the top, and we're going to empty it from the top to the bottom with our breath. And so the benefits of this breathing exercise is that it gives us awareness to where perhaps our breath is stuck, where we may be holding tension in our bodies, and particularly with an emphasis on the pelvic floor in light of sexual health and pleasure.
Right. So I want to say something is that, I didn't even know this till I learned this with Caitlin, that when you exhale, your pelvic floor is supposed to tighten or like
it contracts slightly. Yeah, in a natural
exhale. So in a natural exhale, your pelvic floor contracts, which means that it's actually naturally rising and moving up and towards the back of your navel, right?
Yeah, and it's not a dramatic big thing.
It's not a Kegel,
right?
But the thing is that it's not nothing either.
Right.
So if it's nothing, then it might feel like a Kegel. And it does sometimes for me. And so when I'm not doing that and I'm doing the reverse, like where I don't have any sort of awareness or awakening in my pelvic floor when I exhale, then what I'm doing is that I'm tensing in this upper part of my body when I inhale. And that's actually like not helping me get air in, and it's really confusing my diaphragm, so that I have this terrible burping thing that happens. That's another story. But we're trying to correct all kinds of issues. But that also has a lot to do with sex, because if nothing is happening ever on an exhale, then nothing is happening ever on an exhale when you're having sex too. And that means that all this musculature that's there for you to enjoy and feel pleasure is fast asleep. So really we're trying to wake it up, right?
Yeah, I think we're trying to wake it up, and we're also trying to relax ourselves, because that's a huge part of enjoying sex as well. And with this balanced breath, this full breath, a sense of relaxation often comes with that, and neurologically we're calming our central nervous system by doing the balanced breath like this. So I think there's a lot of components that are beneficial.
Right. Okay, so let's teach them.
Okay, so we're going to begin just seated, lengthening the spine, and closing the eyes if that's comfortable for you. And with the next inhale breath, imagining the belly filling, our pitcher filling from the bottom, the ribs, the heart, the lungs, the collarbones, and then we empty from top to bottom. So collarbones soften, lungs empty, ribs, and then navel to spine. Gentle pelvic floor engagement at the end of the exhale. And again, inhaling, filling the bottom, letting that water or breath rise up all the way through the body, and then exhaling top to bottom. Beautiful. And let's take 3 more rounds, just staying calm and soft. Balanced inhale, balanced exhale. Filling bottom to top, emptying top to bottom, and maintaining a sense of length through the torso all the time.
So that's what I wasn't doing just now,
really
right?
commonly at the end of the exhale, see a little fold.
So I just did that, right? Because I was so happy that I was feeling my pelvic floor. So I just was like going deeper. But actually that's not what I want to do, right? So good correction. So I want to try to stay as long in the front as I am in the back. Exactly. Okay, so check me and see if I get it.
So let's do 2 more rounds. Inhaling bottom to top. We'll start again. Inhaling bottom to top, and emptying top to bottom, maintaining that length as you engage the pelvic floor at the end of the exhale. Beautiful. Just like that, one more time. Inhaling to fill the pelvis, the belly, the ribs, heart and lungs, and emptying the chest, the ribs, And finally, the pelvic floor engaging. Lovely.
So it's so intense, even like after I've been doing this for months, and then I don't do it on my own the way I wish I would, and I come back to it, and it's such a profound lesson for me to like just feel what it is to actually let my body do what it's supposed to do. That's the weird thing. And so many of us do just the reverse. And we don't mean to, but we're not aware. And so this is an incredible exercise to get your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system doing what it's supposed to do.
Yes.
So thank you, Caitlin.
Thank you, Wendy.
So join us again soon, because the next thing we're going to teach you is about the breath of fire, which is about how you cultivate heat in your core, which is a very beautiful thing when you want to have really hot sex.